Hey guys, alright, so today's gonna be a bit more of an experimental video. I mean, aren't mine all that aren't sequels? Look, today we're gonna be making a tier list of the characters on Legends Z-A. I know this game is very controversial to say the least, and while I certainly have my own opinions, I'm not gonna share it because since the current landscape is hostile and toxic to say the least. I mean, while this technically is one take, I can just cut things out, so if I say something stupid, I can just cut it out. Now here's what we're going to be ranking the characters based on. Design, how well they're written, and how much I like them personally. Alright, so first up we have Nurse Joy. Oh, and by the way, this will contain Legends Z-A spoilers if that wasn't obvious. I'm gonna be honest, Nurse Joy has never really been a character, although I guess there's actually a chance to battle her in the post-game. I haven't actually done that, but, you know, it's nice that there's a chance, so I can't say much. Ooh, Canari. This one's already gonna be controversial. I actually think I like Canari. Now, I know it might seem lazy, that's just another electric-type streamer character, but come on. She literally swears and crashes out when she loses. She's just so charming, in the same way that Iono was, where it's like, she's not the best person, but also completely different, because, you know, she still helps out, she still cares about Lumios, she still can be rational, and also she's apparently very antisocial since she doesn't like fan interactions. I am also very antisocial, so I relate to this. Yeah. And overall, her design is just really cool. But yeah, really like Canari. Griselle, I think that's her name. She's really funny. I honestly feel for her because, you know, customer service workers got it rough, but yeah, I don't know what to have much to say about her. Grisham. Boy, this guy. He is very weird, I'd say. He was a part of Team Flare and is now a part of Team Flare Nouveau. And he's trying to prove Team Flare wasn't all that bad. And the story is really trying to convince us that only Lysander was the evil one and the rest of Team Flare was like just accomplices and were at least less bad. Which brings me to a personal pet peeve I have with the game of just like, no one is just truly evil. They even tried to redeem most of Team Flare and say, hey, we're not that bad. Overall, a very interesting character, but I don't know, it just wasn't for me. C tier, but above Nurse Joy. Gwynn. Oh, speaking of antisocial characters, Gwynn. Or is it just pronounced Gwen? I don't know. I'll be saying Gwynn. She's pretty cool. The idea that she's just gotten so sick of her brother that she literally, like, hides and, like, uses her ghost types of magic to just throw them off is really funny. Her and Ivor's dynamic is really great. So overall, I'd say A tier. Speaking of Ivor, I'm gonna say D tier. Honestly, I can see the appeal, but I don't know. I just really don't like those big, bulky, stupid characters. Jacinthe. I really don't know how to feel about Jacinthe. Overall, funny, great, and great character, but, like, you're just made to hate her. And I feel like in that purpose, she does that flawlessly. Being a rich, spoiled brat who gets on your nerves, while also knowing that she has a lot of power so you don't actually want to cross her. I'll put her in high B. If we don't have that many top tier characters, I'll put her in low A. But you know what? Actually, let's move Canari to S tier since we don't have anything. Lebanne, on the other hand, yeah, I really like her. The idea that, like, you know, this two-sided person where it's like, she's forced to act all elegant and proper because she's working for Jacinthe, but, like, when she's able to let loose, she's able to show a real chaotic side, and that's just so fun. I don't know, I just really like her. As for the design, I have no opinions, I just need to ask Game Freak, why did you think this was a good idea? Philippe. Ooh. There's just nothing there with this guy. Like, really. I don't know what to say. It's just, like, sure, he works for the Rust Syndicate. He's, like, the second in command, basically. He's the muscle. But it feels like, other than that, not much there. AZ. Okay, I have to do this because AZ is just really well written. The idea of him, like, you know, doing some stuff in the past and then regretting it and then forced to live with that regret for 3,000 years, with his mistakes still haunting him even to the modern day, this time quite literally because plot stuff, and the way he still tries to be kind, and it's clear he's changed, just so good. Also, it was really nice to see him finally be able to be laid to rest after 3,000 years. Yeah. Because I'm gonna be honest, being actually immortal sucks. You get to see everyone die several times over, heck, if you're immortal, infinite amount of times, and like, eventually, even with every new adaptation, it all just feels the same. Now we have the rival characters, Urbain and Taunie. Gonna be honest, I really don't like these guys. Taunie especially, because that's the one I played with. Sure, they seem to like really want to help the people of Lumios, and they're looking for someone. I don't know who that person is, or if they find them. I'm still pretty fresh into the post-game. I'm assuming Jett's their mom because of the similar resemblance and the way she reacted to the coat, but I don't fully know. Like, they tried to choose something there, but I think she gets selfish with her desire to help you. They're the one who gets us in trouble with the Rust Syndicate, forcing us to do that, which the team is understandably mad about, but come on, $1 million in debt, I don't think they were mad about it for long enough, and they forgave too quick. Like, yeah, sure, you could just pay it back in favors, but still. And the fact that she was absent for a good chunk of that, I don't know, really just makes her seem selfish. I guess, like, you know, they were fine during the SBC arc, but it mainly felt they were there to be, like, you know, another representative of Team MZ, and that's it. No wonder they got eliminated in the first round. And then, the finale part. They literally agreed to have a battle to determine with the player who's the strongest Mega Evolution user and who'd get to use Floette. We literally win that, and yet they still demand to do that. I don't know why, it just seems very selfish. While they tried to make it like they help the people around them, they end up just being really selfish to those closest, and I feel like that's a recurring character flaw. I'll put Taunie in F and Urbain in D because I just like Urbain's design more. Or you know what, I'll be fair, I'll put them both in F, but Urbain higher. Jett. I still do not know what this woman's deal is. Like, sure, we get that she's not responsible for, like, you know, all of the stuff going wrong in Lumios. It feels like with how infrequently shows up, it feels like she's not the one running things, but Vinnie is. And also, I'm gonna be honest, since she's the one who, like, fought of the Wild Zones, she's the one we have to blame for Wild Zone 17. I swear, it took me so long to catch a Skarmory because I had to get past the herd of Ivor, and several times after I knocked it out, I couldn't catch it. So I had to do that at least 4 times. It was just so infuriating. Like, who fought Wild Zone 17 was a good idea in universe. Like, in-game, I get it, it's a challenge, but from a universe, why would you just put that many Ivor together in the and have that be the main section? Seriously, that's death trap. She just doesn't seem like she has that much importance. Maybe she shows up more in the post-game, but like, I feel like she really isn't there enough. I'll put her here. Yeah. Corbeau. You got to know here, we love our edgy mob boss Twink. Corbeau is such a well-written character in a way I cannot describe. Like, he makes himself seem imposing, he very much is an attitude, but he genuinely wants to do good for Lumios, and even though he sees himself as like this mobster villain character, everyone else in Lumios sees him as a hero. Sure, his loan shark tactic is a bit scummy, but it's less bad than using it for like actual mob work. And the way you seem to develop a genuine connection with him, it's amazing. Also, his theme is just so good. I already was like, oh, so we're continuing the track record Pokemon has of making the most banger soundtracks when we got to Canari. But when I got to Corbeau, I was like, oh, we're really keeping this record straight. Like, his theme's absolute fire. Like, his and Jacinthe, they absolutely cooked. It was just amazing. Also, the human ladder scene at the end of the story with him was just really funny here. I really like how, like, everyone in Team MZ is still afraid of him throughout most of the story, even after their debts solved, and he's taken a liking to them. Anyways, next up we have the player character. I'm gonna be honest, there's not much to say about the player character this time. They're really good, well written. For a player character, it feels like the character is making connections with them. And plus, the fist bump thing they do with everyone just so nice. It really makes it feel like you're becoming friends with them. This might be a hot take, but I actually like Paxton's design slightly more than Harmony's. I still think both of their designs are really great, which, you know what, because of that, we'll put them in the middle of B tier. I really like their designs, especially with the whole green theme. Although if we're counting customization, which I'm not, they would easily be S tier because this Pokemon game just goes so far into customization. That's definitely one of the best parts of it. Now we have L. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not so sure about this guy. whole amnesia thing and forgot being Lysander, even though everyone else recognizes him, is interesting. I don't get why Zygarde saved them, although I guess it's Zygarde's duty to protect all of humanity, even the objectively horrible people like Lysander or Elle now. I really do like that he doesn't know the exact details, but he knows he did something wrong and regrets it. I don't want to say he feels like, shoehorned in, but I feel like they could have implemented him better. Tarragon, very funny character, really cares for his granddaughter. Also, he's very funny. I love that, even though it's inconvenient, he decided to go all out with making a scaffolding maze at the end of the game, when he could have just done a path, and that he was actually able to do that so quickly. It was funny, and also felt really epic to be, climbing through that maze. And it was nice that there were some items on there, including experience candy, because some of my team members were a bit underleveled there. But yeah, really like Tarragon, really fun guy. Naveen. Gonna be honest, I'm gonna put him in low S tier. I don't feel like he's written as well as he could be, but that design is just top notch. I find it really how he sees Canari as a die-hard fan, but not to the point where he's obsessive about it, unlike that one guy who we will not name. And he comes really in clutch in that section. Overall, I like his more rational attitude. I just really wish we got more into his backstory. You know what? Yeah, I'll move him down to low A. Emma. I'm gonna put her in high B. She's done really well. I just wish she had more prevalence in the main story. Sure, she introduces you to Rogue Mega Evolution. She helps around in the Fist of Justice section and in the Team Player Nouveau section, but I just wish we could have gotten more time with her as the main focus, her own arc. Although I really do find the dynamic she has with Ivor incredibly funny. Where he's like, I'm gonna break it, and she's thinking more practically stop! You're gonna get us in trouble. Yeah, I really just wish we got to see her more. Oh, and her design's really cool, especially how she incorporates the expansion suit. Vinnie. Yeah, I'll put her in low A. High B. I like how he's both serious and able to be fun at the same time, and really switch between those two in a way that feels naturally. You really get the vibe that he acts tough, but he can also be somewhat of a softie when in a more relaxed situation. Or maybe not a softie, maybe just supportive. Also, he introduced me to Mega Drampa, one of my favorite megas in the game. Seriously, that design is top notch. I really wish that he and Jett shared screen time a bit more evenly, because it felt like he was the one in charge of the whole operation. Because he had way more screen time than Jett. I don't know, a lot of these characters are good, but they just could have done a bit better. Next up we have, oh yeah, Mable. I don't know where to put her, but she's definitely high up. She is a very fun character. I love her irritated and sarcastic attitude while honestly being can you please help me? Good, thanks. Before you even get to say a word in. Overall, she comes off as a bit of a jerk, but in a very likable way. Witty. Also, design's really good. Really like her hair. Also, it was nice to get more insight about her being a former Team Flare member, and the idea that the mayor is able to overwork her mainly because of that, and that she's essentially at her mercy, and this is the only way she can avoid doing jail time. Also, you get the vibe where it's she's less regretful of what Team Flare did. Sure, maybe she still has a little regret, but if she does, she definitely doesn't show it. Overall, one of my favorite characters. And then there's Lida. Gonna be honest, they really did do as much with her character as I hoped, but what they did do was really great. They make her a good mix of a comic relief character and a serious character with I think a little bit of self-doubt. I really don't like that she waited so long to evolve her freaking Staryu. If that was an actual plot point where it was Staryu wasn't sure if it wanted to evolve, then I think that would have been good, but it was more just a thing that was mentioned a couple of times. It wasn't used to justify why she still had only a Staryu. But yeah, her design's so fun. She really has a lot in common with Tierno, who is presumably her big brother. I really like how she's there supporting us at every turn. Honestly, if she weren't so oblivious at times, I'd say she should be the leader. Also, it's kind of funny how, like, she literally just calls Urbain and Taunie idiots for accepting the loan. But yeah, that's about it. That's my general thoughts on each of the characters. Overall, characters were pretty good. Most of it just came down to personal opinions. I really liked how they interacted with each other. But yeah, that was my tier list. Don't know if this will make it to a video, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, so this is a post-editing Raptor. This is about 2 weeks after I recorded the original tier list, and wow, I was bad at some of these. For context, I have now completed the post-game, and I'm just gonna move a few of these around because of that. While I don't like Ivor, I admit he's not a D tier character, so I'm just gonna move him up to low C tier. Same for Jett, I'd say. L, I have no idea what I was thinking. Gotta move up this guy severely. Like, in hindsight, a lot of these characters were so much better than I thought. Like, while this game may not have the best story, it certainly has a lot of characters that are really good. So at this rate, even like the high C tier characters I really like. But yeah, I'd say this is a lot closer to like a final, more accurate tier list now with post-game context. And thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.